Oh, right. This got to be the laziest type of AI content-driven automation that I built so far. So I wanted to break it down and spill the tea for what it does, guys. So if you're struggling to explain anything to other people, well, don't use this automation. Instead, it's called Threads Cartoon. What it does, it allows you to use a family style guide type of cartoonish podcast. So no, it's not like Notebook LM where it's just an audio and you can't really see the podcasters. In this case, it doubles down on the concept of familiarity, doubles down on the Family Guy concept where you have Stewie and Peter communicating with one another, but you could easily replace the characters with any other kind of a theme. So I do have a guide called Threads Themes that shows you how to create your own Threads theme. And of course, as part of that guide, what I do is show examples of some of those themes, and one of those themes that are getting very good results on the internet and millions of views is the Family Guy style type of cartoons. Now check this out, guys. This automation is absolutely insane. Why is it so insane? Well, simple. You could use it for your personal needs to impress your kids, especially if you on Father's Day. If you are trying to impress your kid with some family style cartoon, you could include your entire kind of like whatever it is that you want to reinforce the knowledge with for your kid. So let's say if you are, your kid is not doing homework or whatever, right? And you wanted to relate that topic in a way that stands out, in a way that gets the kid to listen to you more, but still make it fun. Well, then this is the way that you could do this. You could introduce this style of podcasting in real time by literally just talking to have two characters, like Family Guy characters, Peter and Stewie, communicating with one another in the form of a video combined together with whatever the message that you're trying to relate. Now, how do you do this at scale, and how do you do this in a way that goes beyond your personal use case? Well, I mean, guys, this is actually very interesting. This is very interesting. So what I got to the point for my talent agency, where I'm literally creating content, and that content is getting reproduced dynamically. So what I mean by that is, when I create that video, right? When I create the video with a Family Guy style of Stewie and Peter, with two people kind of communicating back and forth and kind of regurgitating the same kind of concepts that I want people to learn, right? Without me having to explain things. It has lots of use cases. Use cases such as showing this style of video to your customers, who will easily be able to understand what you're talking about, while introducing a sense of humor in the mix to make it a bit fun. Now, how do you do this at scale? How do you do this in a way where you are not just impressing your kids, not just kind of using it for ha-has and fun, but make money out of it? Well, the best way to do that, guys, is to literally use dynamic style of representation of content across your socials. So what I mean by that is, when I create that video with a podcast of a topic of whatever the trending topic is, what I do is I do a couple of things. My automation does the following. It literally finds the trending topics, it includes them, what those trending topics are, in context of like a cooking type of video that cooks people's brains, and then it just creates a video of two people communicating with one another, and it just drops it across socials. So I mean, that's one style, but and sure, chasing trends could be one of those interesting ways of doing things, and you will get good results, except it's just easy, very easy for somebody else to copy you the same type of style. That may seem kind of like a very good counter argument to using this, right? And you're absolutely right. Whenever I see something too simple that is easily possible to recreate, what I do is I literally do something else. I do something that is going to make it really hard to recreate. And for example, you could take the same family style kind of video, but instead of having like a Minecraft video that cooks people's brains, you could double down on other parts of the video that shows your product, that shows variation of your product in multiple stages and phases. It could be not only a product, it could be, in my particular case for my talent agency, I'm showing variations of my programs, products, services, and communities in those videos. So instead of just Minecraft brain rotting videos, I'm showing kind of combinations of different videos that are reinforcing people's understanding about my talent agency through multiple iterations of entertainment, inspirational, educational kind of videos that are already pre-baked, that are already pre-made. The only difference is, like the music is different. The music is viral music that makes it possible for you to pop if you continue. So that, at least that's what's working for me right now. I'm getting insane results on YouTube using this trick, audio viral trick. And of course, guys, when you do this, sure, some of you will say, well, I don't really have that content. I don't really have a lot of content. Well, guys, look, nowadays you could easily clip content from other creators and you could easily reuse it for yourself. Sure, it's a high risk but high reward type of initiative. But what I do is, for majority of my content, guys, is I use my own pre-created content, that like everyday content. It could be you just walking around in a park, whatever, right? But the bottom line is, it literally doesn't matter, guys. Once you stay consistent, it doesn't matter what kind of content it is, as long as you make it relevant by introducing some subtitles and some captions, etc., that kind of stuff, where you double down on what you're talking about and relating it. So if you saw a deer and you wanted to compare that to your talent agency, you could say something, oh my god, this deer is totally lost, just like me sometimes on one of those days when trying to build my feudal kingdom. You could create like jokes like this and easily just you could dynamically create them. And I have the automation for that as well. It's called Threadsbots Quotes, that literally does that and takes any kind of YouTube videos and combines them and makes it into inspirational quotes, and you just simply execute them on cruise control. And when that happens, of course, it just becomes gazillion times easier for you to break through and make that progress that many of you trying to get those customers. You're not getting any of those customers. The reason why is because you really have low views. And the other reason why is because you are not creating relationships. All you got to do is just follow a few creators out there who are like really passionate about stuff and talk to them. That's what I did, and believe me, they started coming back, and they started offering all sorts of opportunities, collab opportunities, and all sorts of customers to service, like all the stuff that I wanted to do, but I was getting crickets. All I had to do is just create a bunch of relationships, and that's another thing that I teach in ThreadStack Digital Power Bundle, for how to create relationships. So this way you could have this well-rounded kind of a resilient spectrum around your feudal kingdom versus being stuck just on views. In fact, I kind of scroll the views when I hear people say, oh, you could get millions of views or whatever. I just scroll through that. You don't see me using that a lot, but hey, I am getting an insane amount of views on YouTube. I have strategies for TikTok that I'm doing on that, literally where I'm literally exploding, guys. And yet over here on this TikTok, you see me having like 5-10 views on a pre-recorded videos. Yet you understand that this is gold. Why? Because you saw my previous videos and you can understand the cohesiveness and consistency of what I'm doing. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to understand any of it, and of course you'll be struggling. So cohesiveness is the key, in combination with consistency, and you could easily recreate that cohesiveness and consistency if you're using those Threadsbots. I have Threadsbots Quotes, Threadsbots Themes, Threadsbots Stories, Threadsbots Cartoon, Threadsbots Rag, many different types of bots that can help you elevate the game, guys, and not be the process prisoner, and instead be the freedom founder. Now, keep something in mind. To be the freedom founder, you need to be talking about your audience. Notice what I did right now. I talked about, Family Guy, Father's Day, right? Why? Because, typically I specialize on moms over 40, but still, who do moms care for? Remember the audience. They care about their kids, and who else? Fathers, right? So their spouses, right? So remember the concept of audience is audience. If you want to learn more, DM the word path on my Insta.